All right, good morning, guys. Mr. Parisi here, and today we're going to be talking about our budgeting project, and let's get going with it. So, to start, we are picking a career. This career could be anything that you want, but you are going to have to find out what your annual income is. So, for example, if I decide I want to be an electrician, I need to go on the internet and figure out what the average gross income is for an electrician. Now, we're talking about income for a year. So all I'm doing is Googling average electrician salary in New York, and you're going to get a bunch of different things. 62,000 to 98,000 right here for a union electrician. That seems realistic. Here's one where the range is just too wide, so I want to stay away from things like this. 13,000 to 250,000. If you try and tell me you're going to make $250,000 right away, I will probably say let's try again and find a different salary. And then another one that's pretty realistic, 38,000 to 75,000. So I'm going to choose a number somewhere in these realistic ranges, and I'll just go with 62,000 because I'm not going to be a seasoned. We're kind of treating this like I'm not a seasoned electrician just yet. Maybe I'm in my first couple of years. So we're going to go with $62,000. So that's going to be my annual income. So I'd write in $62,000 and keep moving. Done. First page, good to go. After that, we're going to start picking our expenses. Here is our house that we have to choose from. Now, we are not looking online to buy a house. We have our options here. Okay, any of these options we're going to choose, but based on the option we choose, our price changes. So for small houses, your price is going to be lower. Medium houses, your price is obviously going to be somewhere in the middle, and large houses, your price is going to be the largest. For this project, let's say I want a medium house, so I'm just going to go with medium house in the city for $200,000. And this number, this $200,000, is what I need to calculate my monthly payment with. So we're going to use that Google mortgage calculator, which we are all very familiar with. Plug in my $200,000, 30 years, and I believe it was 4%. Let's double check that. Yes, we're going to use 4% for our interest rate. So with all of that plugged in, my monthly payment is $955. Again, we're just recording that now. So far, so good. $955. And we are done with our house. Notice I did not look up any houses on Zillow or anything like that. I just used what was here. Part 3, we need to choose 3 monthly subscriptions that we're going to have as expenses. So, for example, if I want to choose Netflix, that is fine. But I need to look up how much Netflix is going to cost me. So Netflix is my first expense. I'm going to search up Netflix pricing and plans through Google and get connected to the Netflix website. You might get blocked on your school computers. If you need to use your phone, by all means use your phone. They have a couple different options. The basic plan is $9.99, standard plan is $15.49, premium plan is $19.99. So I would have to decide which plan's best for me. I'm going to just choose the basic for this. So I will write down my expense of $9.99. Okay, and then I've got one of my 3 taken care of right there. Forgot my eye. Boom, find 2 more then. Okay, could be Apple Music, could be Amazon, could be Showtime, could be Disney Plus, whatever you want, but you got to be able to find the price for it. All right, so after I get my 3 subscriptions, I can move on to the next part. There are 13 expenses listed on slide 4 and slide 5. You are responsible for choosing 10 of them. I'm not using all 13. I need 10 of the 13. For most of them, like health insurance, your price is just provided for you per month. There are other expenses like dental insurance, which provides you your price per year. This will be important going into the next part. But I'm just going to go through and circle 10 prices out of these 13 choices. There are a couple options, like number 3, life insurance, where I need to pick one of these prices. There's a basic plan for $30 a month. There is a standard plan for $100 a month, or life insurance to make sure your whole family is set, which is $300 a month. I'm choosing one of these if I decide I want to get life insurance. Okay, so maybe I just go with the $30 a month option, and that's what I would choose. Your phone bill is set for you. Car, again, you get to choose whichever price you want, and you could possibly add insurance down there. But again, cheaper car, whatever's safe. Nice car, a little bit more expensive. Dang, I got a super nice car, very expensive, $512. Choose whichever one you want for this, and we're going to see if it fits into our budget. Same thing on the next page. Again, we're just choosing some of these. I don't need a price for all of them. I need 10 of the 13 between these pages. So if I decide I don't want a pet, I don't like pets, I don't need to get a pet. I don't need to accept this expense, okay? So you can cancel out 3 of these numbers on this page and this page, and so on and so forth. So go through, pick 10 of those 13, and we move on. Now is when we start filling out our budget chart. There's a couple questions for each budget or each expense. So we need to say if each one is fixed or living. Remember, living is the same thing as variable, meaning it changes. Fixed, obviously, is something that stays the same. So to give you your first answer, we've discussed it many times. My mortgage and rent are both fixed. From the previous page back here, I calculated my monthly mortgage to be $955 per month. So that's what I'm going to write in for my monthly cost, $955, because that is my monthly cost. Notice there is also a yearly cost. So if I'm given the monthly cost and I want to change it to a yearly cost, I'm getting bigger, I'm multiplying by 12 because I'm paying it 12 times a year. I would go through utilities. Here's one more answer for you in terms of fixed or living. This is going to be living because it's changing every single month. I would come down here and fill out my first subscription, which is Netflix. Write in my price, which I got was $9.99. And then again, I would have to calculate that yearly. There are going to be a couple options after I get through my subscriptions that give you a yearly price and you have to make it monthly. For example, this dental insurance is $360. So when I get to that point, maybe I chose dental insurance. I would say whether it's fixed or living right here. I don't know my monthly because this is my monthly column, but they gave me the yearly. All right. So I know the yearly amount is $360. In order to get my monthly amount, I'm working backwards. So instead of multiplying by 12, I would be dividing by 12 to get my monthly total there. Okay, so just be aware, if they give you the yearly and you have to work backwards to monthly, you're dividing by 12. If they give you the monthly and you're working forwards to yearly, you're going to be multiplying by 12. So you're going to fill out this whole chart. These ones are already listed for you. You're going to fill in your subscriptions. Then after that, you're choosing you're filling in your 10 of those 13 expenses to get here. And last but not least, once you get all of them filled out, we need to add up all of my monthly expenses to get my grand total for monthly. And then I'm going to add up all of my yearly costs to figure out how much I'm paying per year. Okay, and all that is just totaling up all of your yearly expenses throughout the whole one. So there's a lot of numbers. Be careful as you plug through, double check yourself, adding them all up, getting my grand total for yearly. The last part of this project is to figure out if we are over or under budget for the year. So to do this, what we're doing is we need to figure out our net pay for the year. This is what we take home after taxes, because as much as I'd like to say we take home $62,000 a year, we don't, because we have to pay taxes. So click on this box. We're going to copy this link and paste it into a new tab. Okay, opened up a new tab, pasted it in there, and I'm going to go to this website. This is going to calculate our salary for you based on the year. Unfortunately, we do not make $90,000 a year. We said, as an electrician, I'm going to make $62,000. And the only other thing I need to do is switch it from semi-monthly to annually for yearly, and it should update. Oh, didn't go through there. It should update and tell us my annual take-home pay is $45,664 based on that $62 salary. So this is what I'm going to write in, $45,664. Back in my project, we make $45,664. So if that's how much I make, hopefully I'm not spending more than that. That brings us to the last page. compare our net pay, which is what we just found on the previous slide, to the grand total of yearly expenses on slide 9. So I'm looking at this number. I'm going to take that and I'm going to subtract my grand total of yearly expenses, and hopefully we get a positive value that tells us we underspent. But that's what's going to determine it. If it's negative, we're going to be overspending. If it's positive, we underspent, which means we're under budget, which is good. Hopefully that's the case. And that is the last part for this beginning of your budgeting project. So please feel free to rewatch this video as many times as you need. Pause it, reference it if you ever get stuck, and also feel free to ask me any questions in class as we're working on this. Thank you so much and have a great day.